Me and another student went to Randall STEM to a kindergarten/first grade class and talked about the importance of recycling and the impacts it has on the environment.
Went to the STEM Academy at Saratoga, and we made a PowerPoint, and then we also did an activity.
We're doing school lunches and finding ways how to make it more nutritional so we can have more students eat school food lunches rather than going out, and realizing how much we actually want to eat and we're wasting food.
And I'm trying to work on finding solutions for Wisconsin to help reduce its carbon footprint. I joined the Milwaukee chapter of the Citizens Climate Lobby, and I met with all of these really, really interesting people. We talked about solutions, and we talked about the way we talk to other people about climate change and how we ourselves stay engaged with the issue and we don't kind of lose steam. I liked learning about their process of how they talk to people and how they get people on their side and how they get things done, and I want to keep using that process because I think it is a really useful tool.
I worked with 2 other classmates, and we wanted to observe the effects that gluten had, and if it, aside from celiac disease, if it was actually like harmful to consume gluten. And then we went to Woodman's in the allergy and like gluten aisle, and we talked to a bunch of different people about why they were buying gluten and if they actually knew what it was.
So my project is to study the effects of differing heavy metals on, right now, digestion. So we're studying zinc and lead exposure to fish and how that affects their digestion, and we're measuring that through their efficiency in processing different colored food.
Well, we didn't have our teacher like holding our hand the whole way. It was more like project based, and like you had to like plan out what you were doing and make like a timeline for yourself so you'd get it done by the completion date. And we had to like go out in the community and contact someone. We didn't have our teacher go out and say like, oh, this is the person you'll work with.
I really like that I get to do research because I love research, and I pretty much get to ask any question I want that, you know, we're allowed to with the resources. And
I really like that you can just kind of diverge down the different paths and just kind of let it go.
I think like in this class it's like more united about it, building connections with the classmates into a deeper bond with projects that you get to know that person better. How we all helped each other with the ideas to make our projects better than usually other classes. That's like we don't really help one another, but usually in this class it's like, you know, we're there giving out ideas to improve it.
It's a really cool thing to work with members of your community. It's, I think, the best thing education can do for you is like making connections. Going back and seeing your high school teachers is cool, but like going back and seeing your project mentors is really, really cool.
We were able to have a lot of creative freedom in what we wanted to do. Like you could write a paper or you could do a project. You could basically do anything as long as it was science related.
This is the sort of class that develops your questioning and your problem solving skills.
Like when you're going to college, like it's really important that you are self-motivated, and that was really important in this project.
Seeing these people who are career lobbyists and are not in fact evil, just have an academic conversation. And I was the youngest person at this meeting. I got a job offer from a guy who runs a solar power and like a solar energy company.
It really has helped with my scientific like literacy in reading and being able to decipher literature, because I did have to go through a lot of reviews and a lot of papers that did, you know, that collected a lot of data from different experiments.
When we went to Woodman's for our project, it was kind of awkward trying to talk to people. So I definitely think that me and the 2 people I worked on the project with were able to step out of our comfort zones and just talk to random people about what they thought about gluten and teach them about what it actually was.
Building connections with people and like more opening my inner self with like talking more, because honestly in the beginning of the school year I was very quiet and I felt intimidated by like being surrounded by people that I didn't know. And now it's like I tend to like communicate better with people and speak more than I usually did before.
I definitely have had my ideas challenged a lot because we've got a healthy mix of political ideologies in this room.
I think for a lot of my high school career, and I think it still plagues me now, is that I don't like asking too many questions because then, it's like, you seem dumb and you don't want to seem dumb because that's bad. And it's helped me be more comfortable with reaching out to people that know more than me and being able to admit that I don't know everything and that, that it's okay not to know everything and it's actually good to ask questions. I'm learning so much right now, and I think it's because it's the first time I'm truly doing this research myself, and I think I'll look back at this as my starting point.